problem.
The other committee meeting is still going, so I'll catch up with them later. We will take up the following items for approval. Action item 1A is the approval of the minutes of the January 23, 2023 meeting. I move the approval of action item 1A. Do I have a second? Thank you. Is there any discussion? Any additions, corrections? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It is passed. Any abstentions? It is passed. We'll now address the items on the policy calendar. Policy item 1B is a resolution to establish a program in data science leading to the Associate of Science degree at the Borough of Manhattan Community College. I now call on Executive Vice Chancellor and University Provost Wendy Hensel to provide further background on this item.
Thank you, Trustee Berger. The data science program at BMCC will help address the increasing demand for workers with data science skills by preparing students for entry-level roles in business, industry, government, and not-for-profit organizations, as well as to pursue additional education necessary for more advanced roles. Should the committee have any questions, my colleagues from BMCC, Provost Erwin Wong and Professor Annie Han, are here and would be happy to answer them.
Do they have anything they'd like to offer now before we start asking them questions?
Erwin?
Because we read them. Okay. Professor,
You can pass, it's just,
are there any questions or comments about this program? Other than it sounds like it's about time we had it. Any questions? Any comments? Okay. I move then the approval of policy item 1B1. Do I have a second? Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Policy item 1B1 is approved. Policy item 1B2 was a resolution to establish a program in Japanese language and culture leading to the Bachelor of Arts degree at Hunter College. I again call on Vice Chancellor Hensel to provide further background on this item.
due to increasing student interest in Japanese studies nationally and at the college, Hunter College proposes to build on existing courses within 2 Japanese minors to offer a major program in Japanese language and culture, leading to the BA degree. Should the committee have any questions about the proposed program, my colleague, President Jennifer Rabb, is here to address them.
Well, I have some questions on this, so if we can, will you join us at the table? Yeah.
Sorry, just sit your chair.
President Rabb, thank you for joining us. Let me start, and then others, if they have questions. In looking through the materials, it indicated that there is an expected graduation rate of 33% and an expected job placement rate of 25%. So my first question on that is the 33% graduation rate a 4-year graduation rate, a 6-year graduation rate, or a forever graduation rate?
I'm going to ask to get back to you, and that sounds very low for us because our general graduation rate is much higher than that. And this program attracts people who are very committed. I actually think the 25% job placement is also low because we've developed these very, really just very emotional and connections with the Japanese consulate, with the Japanese Foundation. We've been working on this for so long. So this has been sort of 20 years in the making of having a minor where there's been this much interest. So I'd like to be able to get back to you on both those figures because I'm sure you're correct in them. I don't remember seeing them. They sound low. And that's one of the reasons because I think, and certainly the provost knows, is to invest in language programs is always a challenge because you really want to make sure that there's the demand. But we've found the demand from all over CUNY. This is one of a high e-permit rate. People are really interested, and I think it's our largest CUNY BA program, Wendy. So that was another reason. So many people, if anyone wants to major in Japanese in the CUNY system, they've been coming to us. So that was another reason we moved to do this, plus the partnerships of the Japanese government, the Consul General here and the foundations and some of the other businesses have all pledged support. We had the wife of the Japanese Prime Minister came to see the program last semester. So there's been a lot of interest from students, from outside external partners, and I feel that that the job placement rate is projected as too low, and I'm very surprised that the only reason I could see that would be attempted majors, if that's what they mean, that people start and the difficulty of the language precludes them from finishing. And that would be the only reason, Trustee Berger, that I could think for a low graduation rate, is that the students are graduating, but perhaps they're not finishing the major because of the difficulty.
You answered my second question, because I thought they seemed unusually low. So if you could get us that
will.
information, I mean,
Absolutely.
the program sounds like a great program. Again, something that we should have. You've had the minors, the 2 minors, but having the major, I think, is a great step forward. So if you could, by the next
I'm going to
meeting,
confirm, I think that might be just the difficulty of the language and people who say they're going to major and then decide not to follow through because of the
Okay.
challenge.
any other questions or comments for for President Rao? Hearing none. I move the approval of item 1B2. Do I have a second?
I second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Policy item 1B2 is approved. Policy item 1B3 is a resolution to establish academic departments at Gutman Community College. My, they're growing up, aren't they? Again, I call on Provost Hensel to provide further background.
In the report from the reaccreditation site visit in April of 2021, Middle States Commission on Higher Education team suggested the creation of a department structure at Gutman to provide enhanced programmatic guidance and faculty support. College has determined that organizing the programs of study within 3 distinct departments is needed to provide adequate support for programmatic growth and oversight as the college expands enrollment. The proposed departments are Business Administration, Human Services, and Information Technology. Sorry, I think that's one. Human Services and Information Technology, Humanities and Social Sciences, and the Department of Science and Mathematics. My esteemed colleagues from Gutman, President Johnson and Provost Blake, have joined us today to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Are there any questions concerning this matter? Hearing none. I move the approval of policy item 1B3. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Policy item 1B3 is approved. The related item is policy item 1B4, a resolution to amend the Gutman College governance plan to acknowledge the organizational changes. Executive Vice Chancellor
You
and
just look
Provost.
this way.
Is there anything further?
Yes, just briefly. The proposed amendments consist of technical revisions to remove outdated references and update the titles of representatives in alignment with the new organizational structure.
Thank you. Are there any questions, discussion? I will move the approval of policy item 1B4. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? All opposed? Yeah, it's sort of like a bar mitzvah. Thank you. Policy item 1B5 is a resolution to amend the York College Charter. I again call on University Provost Hensel to provide further background.
To better reflect the nature of the work it performs, the Department of Student Development at York College is changing its name to the Department of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. The amendments to the charter reflect the new name. This action does not result in any operational change for the college, and my esteemed colleague Provost Derek Brazil is here to answer any questions.
Are there any questions, any concerns? I will move the approval of policy item 1B5. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Policy item 1B5 is approved. Policy item 1B6 is a resolution requesting to award Mary de Longoria early tenure at Medgar Evers College for the application of bylaw 6.2.C2. I call on Provost Hensel to provide further background.
Thank you. Dr. De Longoria's scholarship, forward-thinking research, and dedication to curricular innovation for the betterment of students demonstrates her exceptional value to the department, the college, and the university. The recipient of 7 grants, including one from the National Science Foundation, Professor de Longoria epitomizes excellence and is an admired teacher, mentor, and respected scholar. Should the committee have any questions about this, my colleague, President Patricia Ramsey, is here to address them.
Any questions or concerns on this? It sounds wonderful. I move the approval of policy item 1B6. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Policy item 1B6 is approved. Policy item 1B7 is a resolution requesting to appoint Masha Gessen with immediate tenure at the Graduate School of Journalism with the application of bylaws 6.2B and 11.5. I call on Provost Hensel to
Still me, yep.
fill us in.
Thank you. A staff writer at The New Yorker, Masha Gessen is a renowned educator and internationally known journalist, expert on Russia, who is the recipient of 15 international fellowships and is committed to help educate and launch the next generation of diverse journalists. Professor Gessen has a consistent record of publication and international thought leadership on public affairs, and she has appeared as a commentator on CNN, MSNBC, NPR, and other news outlets. My colleagues Dean Graciela Mochovsky, I said that wrong, sorry, and Professor Judith Watson from the Graduate School of Journalism are here to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? I will move the approval of policy item 1B7A. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Policy item 1B7A is approved. Policy item 1B7B is a resolution requesting to appoint Terry McGovern with immediate tenure as Senior Associate Dean of Academic and Student Affairs with an underlying appointment as professor at the Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy with the application of bylaw 6.2.B. Again, call on Provost Hensel to provide background.
Okay. Professor Terry McGovern's appointment is substantiated by an exceptional academic and professional career of nearly 4 decades, focused on the intersection between human rights and public health, and highlighted by successful policy and advocacy work to protect the rights of marginalized groups and communities. Professor McGovern has written and published extensively and is considered a progressive and elite thought leader, as illustrated by her numerous board and volunteer service appointments, including with the New York Civil Liberties Union. Should the committee have any questions about this action, my esteemed colleague, Dean Ayman El Mohandes from the School of Public Health and Health Policy would be happy to answer them.
Are there any questions? Yes.
You can just speak into it. It's
Okay, hello.
That'll put you up.
Good evening. I'm just asking, for the students, how will this appointment and how will this the position impact the students directly, day to day, and over the course of the next few years?
Dean El Mohandes, will you join us and perhaps you can respond.
Thank you for this question. It is an honor to the School of Public Health, Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy, to finally achieve the complementarity of its mission in emphasizing public health and health policy. Senior Associate Dean Terry McGovern is one of the prime health policy experts in the nation, with a special dedication to issues of diversity, social justice, and equity. As such, the appointment as a tenured professor in the school is an underlying appointment where Terry McGovern expressly promises that whether or not she continues to occupy this position, she will then play a role of a professorial role in the school and will add to the expertise of the faculty in that important role. She has mentored students in her current position at Columbia University and outside of her position as chair at Columbia University, and as such will add expertise, knowledge, curricular depth, and advocacy in a domain that is essential to the education of our graduate students in the school.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions? Oh, I will move the approval of policy item 1B7B. Do I have a second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All, any opposed, any abstentions? Policy item 1B7B is approved. Thank you, Dean Armand.
I thank you, sir.
Policy item 1B8 is a resolution requesting the approval of the faculty personnel matters report of the Educational Policy Committee, which we've received. I ask Provost Hensel to provide further background.
The information contained in this report includes appointments and reappointments with tenure and fellowship leaves that were previously reported to the Committee for Faculty, Staff, and Administration. Faculty are evaluated and reappointed on a systematic basis through a highly rigorous process involving local governance as well as the approval of the institution's chief academic officer and president, with the goal of awarding tenure to retain superior faculty. Fellowship leave is granted to faculty to conduct research, improve their teaching, or produce creative work as part of the nationally recognized responsibility of the professoriate. The March Faculty Personnel Matters Report of the Education Policy Committee was generated in summary format from faculty data entered by the campuses into CUNY First, the university system of record, between December 27th, 2022 and February 5th, 2023.
Are there any questions? I will move policy item 1B9. It's 1B9 or 1B8? 1B8. Got ahead of myself. I will move approval of policy item 1B8. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Policy item 1B8 is approved. Policy item 1B9 is a resolution requesting approval of the actions in the curriculum and academic policy dashboard. Again, Provost Hensel, can you provide background?
Yes, thank you. Routine academic matters, local academic policies, and course inclusions in the university's general education program are presented to the Committee on Education Policy in summary form via an online dashboard. The new curriculum and academic policy dashboard makes it possible for CUNY trustees to interact with this summary data. Using the new dashboard format, trustees are able to explore graphic representations and charts of the academic activity from the previous month using various tools and filters. A few highlights from this month include the classification of 14 new general education courses, giving students more options in the physical sciences, mathematics, and the humanities, 8 program actions, 7 new or revised undergraduate policies.
Thank you. Any questions for the Provost? Yes.
Yes. Hello. Good evening. Just a little question. Well, not a little, but I guess it's a normal question about I guess 2 parts. 'Cause I know we are experiencing hiring freezes throughout the entire campus that are impacting students, staff. So we're thinking about the IT staff, just support staff for classroom, students with accommodations across the campuses. We have ample cleaning crews and a lot of people doing that. But how are we going to really invest to make sure that students can get the tech services they need when we have these programs going up, and when we do have outages, how will we make sure we create or build upon the infrastructure we already have?
Yeah, so the most important part of the answer is there is not a hiring freeze. There is a hiring process that requires all faculty and staff positions to go to a vacancy review board for approval. And I can tell you, I sit on that particular board, and we have approved numerous IT positions already. So the goal is not to hamstring the university from basic operations or indeed to continue its strategic move forward. It is to ensure that we're thoughtful about our resources and that those resources are spent in a strategic fashion.
Thank you.
Is there anything further? Then I will move the approval of policy item 1B9. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none. Policy item 1B9 is approved. With no more items on the agenda, I move to adjourn this meeting. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned. I'm not gonna refer that one to you.
I wouldn't object.
Thank you all. Sorry, again, sorry for the delay.